Pack appeared in court with his attorney this morning.
Nah, bro, your brother said, I think. Man, hey, kick him out. He missed. Kick him out.
So you guys, I have to bring y'all this video on Ja Morant just because we have a lot of things that we have to go over and talk about dealing with his long-term friend, Devontae Pack. So if y'all are not informed, just recently, the Tennessee law enforcement decided to arrest Devontae Pack for a misdemeanor assault after hitting a teenager named Joshua Holloway at Ja Morant's house last summer. So basically, the original story that came out at first was that Ja and Joshua had an altercation at his house during a pickup game. And things started to get really competitive and serious on the court because once they was checking up the ball, Joshua first decided to roll the ball on the ground to Ja. Then once Ja got the ball, he then immediately threw it hard at Joshua's chest. Then of course, once Ja did that, Joshua was not having it at all because there was already a lot of tension going on between these two, which led Joshua to throw the ball extremely hard at Ja's face. Then that's when Ja went up to his friend and asked him, "Do I do it to him?" And of course, his friend replied to him and said yes. Then shortly after that, they both approach each other on the court, which Joshua starts to square up to Ja and ball up his fists, as in he was ready to fight. Then that's when Ja swung on him out of self-defense that basically stunned him, but didn't knock him down. Then right after that, Ja Morant's friend Devontae Pack came in an altercation and decided to walk up to Joshua and punch him in the head that knocked him straight to the ground. So once he fell, that's when he claimed that Ja and Devontae both started jumping him while he was on the ground, hitting him multiple times, such as Ja striking him 13 to 14 times, while Devontae added at least 4 or 5 more strikes. That led Joshua to have a big knot on his forehead once he went home, and the very next day he then went to the hospital, which his medical records showed that Joshua sustained bodily injuries to include a hematoma to the scalp, a sore jaw where Ja punched him in the face, and also having multiple headaches in the area where Devontae punched him. So a few months after that, that's when Joshua and his family decided to file a lawsuit on Ja Morant to basically sue him, as well as having an officer to come to their house where his mom made him tell the officer everything on what happened that day. So later, after all that happened, Ja Morant's lawyers then made a countersuit, which was originally filed back in April, that claimed that he acted in self-defense due to Joshua Holloway intentionally throwing the ball at his face, which could have been career-ending for him, as well as balling up his fist and walking aggressively towards Ja, wanting to fight him. The countersuit also claims that Joshua threatened to return and light Ja's house up. So he basically threatened Ja twice at his house, which is self-defense. And on top of that, he ended up lying to the police about Ja flashing his firearm, which he didn't have no evidence for that at all, as well as violating a court order by leaking details of a sealed case to the media that allegedly cost Ja Morant about $39 million by hurting his chances to make an all-NBA team this past season. Ja then later tweeted out once he realized he didn't make any all-NBA teams by saying, "Seems to go my hardest when I'm going through it." Then of course, the very next day after he tweeted that, that's when Devontae went on Instagram Live and showed Ja flashing off his firearm, which the NBA then saw the video once it went viral and suspended Ja Morant for 25 games next season. So Ja has really been dealing with a lot throughout this past year, such as being involved in multiple incidents off the court that made headlines on social media. And if you guys are not informed, just 4 days before the incident with Joshua Holloway, Ja ended up getting in an altercation at a Memphis mall by threatening the head of the security, while one of his friends also shoved the security guard's head as well. And on top of that, Ja's mom also had an incident at a Finish Line store, which she then called her son, and he pulled up with 9 other people with him. So he clearly already had a lot going on, dealing with other things, and of course, all of that negativity just kept leading to the next situation at his house. Now, let's talk about this court situation dealing with Devontae Pack. So if y'all don't know, earlier throughout this month, there was an arrest warrant that was issued for Devontae Pack, who has been charged with simple assault due to the situation with Joshua Holloway, which he was just arrested and also had his first court appearance. So Devontae was charged with a misdemeanor assault, which he already bonded out, as well as having to go back to court on August the 25th, while Ja's attorney are heading back to court as well on October the 12th. So this is still an ongoing case due to the fact that everything is still not resolved, because both Ja and Devontae are defendants in this civil case dealing with Joshua's incident. So during their recent hearing, Ja Morant's lawyers stated that the warrant was tied directly to Devontae Pack's reposition, as well as including by saying there's no question that what is happening in this case are the same facts upon which this warrant was issued. Devontae also claimed during the hearing that Joshua didn't threaten him and he was just trying to defend his brother. He also included that he pulled Ja away from Joshua as well and told him, no, you don't need to be doing this. We don't need to be doing this. So seeing on what Devontae said about the whole incident, it seems like he was trying to de-escalate the situation by telling Ja no. But at the same time, he did admit to hitting Joshua, which did knock him to the ground, and that is why they issued a warrant, because Joshua suffered damages from that hit. And for Ja Morant, the thing about him in this situation is that he filed a countersuit accusing Joshua Holloway of slander, battery, and assault, which no criminal charges has been filed against Ja because he's acting off of self-defense. His lawyers has even argued that he should be immune from liability under Tennessee's Stand Your Ground law that basically allows those who feel threatened at their homes to act with force in certain situations. And that's why his lawyers are heading back to court in October to proceed their argument. So we honestly have to wait until these next court hearings to see on how everything is going to play out. We all know Ja Morant and Devontae Pack has been close friends for quite a while and basically grew up together having a close bond, as well as them both being hoopers by playing on the same AAU team together at one point with the South Carolina Hornets. And also being rivals in high school, going to different colleges, which is when their careers took different turns. So once Ja got drafted, that's when Devontae started to really be under his wing with some of his other friends as well. And throughout this past year, Ja Morant has been getting a lot of attention and backlash due to multiple incidents, such as the laser situation with the Pacers back in January. Then a month later, he then went on Instagram Live flashing his firearm at a club, which he got in trouble and also suspended for multiple games. So then once his season finished while losing in the playoffs against the Lakers, that's when he ended up getting in trouble again by flashing his firearm on Devontae's Instagram Live, and that's why he has to serve his 25-game suspension next season. And to remind y'all, Devontae Pack was with him every single time Ja got in trouble. So I definitely want y'all to leave your comments and opinions below on how you feel about this. The last time Joshua spoke on this situation was back in April by saying, when stuff comes out, I really try to ignore it because I know everybody has their opinion, so I just try to stay within myself. He also included, just don't think about it too much. Go to the gym when you feel and start to think about it. That's what I do. That's my therapy. I go to the gym, I work out, just get my mind off everything that's happening right now. Joshua Holloway also committed to Samford University, so he will be heading to that school this upcoming fall. Leave your comments and opinions below on how you feel about this. I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you press the notification bell. T-Gang, we out.
Pack appeared in court with his attorney this morning, where the judge allowed the case to be reset to August 25th to give the attorney more time to review the case.
What's up, Grizz fans? Ja Morant here. Had a great season, a fun season with the team. Definitely not how we wanted to end, but we'll be back better than ever next season. Appreciate y'all for the love and support, throughout the season, being behind us all the way. We still ain't ducking no smoke, still running up the chimney.